Hi everyone, my name is Karina Fabian, and this is my book, Live and Let Fly, which came out April 20th from Muse It Up Books. I'd like to read you a little bit from that book. And in this scene, Vern, a dragon detective, Sister Grace, his partner, a couple of pixies, and their friend Charlie Wilmot are trying to enter the underground lair and animatronics museum of the evil Mr. McThing. Unfortunately, the door that they've discovered has no handles. Just as Vern's about to make some magic to open the door, someone starts to open it from the inside. Humans and pixies scampered around the boulders, but I was too big, and without using magic, my flapping to get off the ground would draw attention. I yanked off my vest, tossed it to Grace. I took station beside the door, sitting like Isis's cat, tail curled up behind me at waist height, and froze. The door cracked open, and a stopper was put in the threshold. It opened fully, and two men stepped out, cigarettes in hand. "Whoa, shit!" one of them yelled when he walked past me. He jumped back, bumping into his portly partner. I heard Charlie, behind the boulder, move forward, then freeze, halted, no doubt, by Grace. Fortunately, in the scuffle, Tweedledee and Dum didn't hear him. Me, I didn't move. A regular McTA special, that was me. They straightened themselves out and peered at me closely. They looked like your standard rent-a-cops, blue uniform and black trousers, taser and halogen flashlight hanging off a utility belt that even a comic book superhero would consider a fashion faux pas. Big badge on the left pocket with McThing Security, safe and happy on the rockers. Over the other pocket, a light blue leather name tag said, "Hi, I'm," and their names, Bob and Joe. Underneath the names were branded stars. Joe was on his second row. Either he'd worked there a while, or he was a serious brown-noser. "That scared the hell out of me," Bob said. "Watch your language," Joe the Starman said. "Give me a break, Joe. We're on break," he replied, chortling on his own words. Not hired for their wit, these two. A mosquito on the night shift alighted on my nose. I wish they'd stop looking at me and light their stupid cigarettes. "You know what Mr. McThing says. The habits you keep on break are the good habits you'll always take." Yeah. Oh, the dazzling banter. The mosquito crawled into my nostril. I really needed to breathe. When Bob waved a cigarette-holding hand in front of me, I took my chance. I tilted my head, making them jump, and in my best friendly computer voice, learned from years of listening to mundane telephone systems, I said, "This is a designated smoking area," puffed out 2 precise bursts of smoke, and returned my head back to the original position. I blinked twice and waited. Their laughter rebounded off the boulders and echoed across the valley, probably scaring rabbits and coyotes. "This is classic!" Brilliant Bob exclaimed, finally lighting up his coffin nail. He tossed the match over his shoulder. With my peripheral vision, I saw Joe pick it up. "Yep, brown-noser." I twisted my head toward him. "Thank you for not littering." Bob glanced at the still bent-over Joe, then at me, and laughed again. Shoot! This is some sophisticated equipment. Where the heck is it doing out here?" You know those guys in R&D probably needed to do a test run and decided it'd make a good joke. "Mind if I smoke?" I asked in my carefully modulated voice and let out some puffs. "Still," Joe mused. He must have been preparing for a deep thought, because he pulled out his lighter, lit up, and took a few drags before continuing. "Still, there can't be much of a market for it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I get treated like a gosh darn pariah when I smoke, outdoors as well as in." "Billy Beaver's doing a fantasy land in Europe," Bob suggested. "Maybe it's for there." "Puedo fumar?" I asked and blew some puffs. "There! See? Europeans ain't so snotty about a good smoke. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, my brother saw one of these in Florida. Swore it was real. Bob barked a laugh. Wait till I tell him. Told him he was an idiot. Dragons and elves and mermaids. Mag ik rocken? I blew out 2 puffs. They got bored with me, so while I methodically blinked, puffed, asked to smoke, and thanked people for not littering in a variety of languages, they discussed the relative intelligence and attractiveness of Bob's relatives. Fine by me. I didn't want them to see what I was doing with my tail. I'd finished with my task by the time they'd had their last drag. Bob crushed his cigarette under his heel, and after a dirty look from Joe, picked up the stub. As he bent over, I said, "Thank you for not littering." "Dang, the things they can do with computers these days," he said. I waited until the door shut behind me and counted to 20 before relaxing my pose. My sore shoulder had seized up, so I was stretching it out when the others came out from behind the rock. "That was brilliant!" one of the pixies exclaimed. The others chortled their agreement. Even Grace had calmed enough to grin at me as she handed me back my vest. Charlie, however, did not laugh. "The door's still closed," he hissed. I rolled my eyes. Silly human. I scrabbled at the door until I could get a claw in the crack, then pulled it part way open. I stopped and listened. When I was sure the coast was clear, I opened it the rest of the way and retrieved the St. Zita medallion I'd crammed into the strike plate to keep the lock from engaging. Dragons can't raise their eyebrows like humans, so I tilted my head and gazed at Charlie expectantly. He smiled. "Bloody brilliant!" I hope that you enjoyed Live and Let Fly. You can find it in electronic format from Amazon or Muse It Up Books. Enjoy. Bye.